So let's continue our discussion on the PNL module. This is the last video of that, and this one deals with a specific kind of a situation. Okay, so I said by doing segmentation, we can zero in on a particular problematic segment which is driving the loss in revenue. Okay, so let's say that we have figured that a particular category of customers A has now stopped using our product and is going to a competitor. Okay, so now what I have done here is created kind of a cheat code or a laundry list, right? One in case of manufacturing goods, one in case of service sector. Okay, so if customer segment A is going from us to our competitor, right, then what different factors could be driving this behavior? What could have changed? Okay, so this is not an exhaustive list, but perhaps these are the most common factors that you will find. Okay, so one could be that there is a price change, right? So the competitor might have reduced their price. There might be a new competitor who is offering the services at a reduced price, or for some reason we have increased our price. So obviously first we are looking at the manufacturing goods. Okay, second could be the product differentiation. Okay, so any item that you have, right, I essentially divide them into two parts. One is the core and the other is the peripheral, right? I'll just explain what it means. So the core element of it is essentially the usage element of it, right? So if you have, let us say, a soap, right, so it is the soap specific factors, whereas the peripheral factors would be the packaging related factors. Okay, so this could mean the different sizes in which it is available, and for each size what is the packing. Okay, is it, now this could have multiple factors, the material that is there, the sheen of it, the image on it, right? You could do a MISI to come up with a more structured list, but this is just for explanation, right? So an item could have a peripheral component, which is the packaging aspect of it essentially, and it could have a core component. So changes in the core component or the peripheral component could also drive a particular customer segment from one company to the other. Okay, so in soap maybe the lather component has changed, right? The fragrance might have changed, stuff like that, right? You could see this example in a lot of different cases also. In case of, let's say, ketchup, right, we found that in India when a company introduced what was known as the Pichku ketchup bottle, right, a squeezable ketchup bottle. So the product inside it remained the same. It was still the same tomato ketchup, but once they changed the packaging, right, it was accepted a lot more by the customers, right? So remember the product and the packaging. In terms of consumer goods, product would also have a lot of different categories like taste, right, health qualities, right? So I hope this point is clear. Okay, so the product, the price, the packaging, and the fourth could be promotion, right? The marketing effort, how has if that has changed and how that has changed vis-a-vis the competitor. Okay, so in marketing usually we talk about the right channel to the right customer at the right time, right? So you have to make sure that all of these things are in being correctly handled on the promotion front. So that could also be creating a difference why someone is going from us to the competitor. I'll give an example. Okay, so let's say that we have a product which caters to younger audience. Okay, now if you have a strategy of only using, let's say, television, okay, the client has a strategy of only giving TV ads. Now suddenly the competitor might have started giving ads on Google. Okay, so everything else, the price, the product, the packaging has remained the same, but the client has changed their promotion strategy, right? And by this they are able to reach more customers. Okay, so this might be driving the behavior also. All right, so these are the four factors in manufacturing. Like I said, this is not exhaustive, right? But these are the four most common factors that you will possibly encounter. Okay, so just keep these in mind. Okay, now let's look at the service side. Okay, so essentially I'm talking about something similar here also, right? Price and promotion are going to be relevant here also. Okay, so you have price here itself, right? And if you want, you can add promotion also here, right? So price and promotion will work in the exact same way. In the service sector, the location also matters, right? If you have to get your car fixed, there are two mechanics, A and B. One is 2 kilometers away from your house, the other is 25. Even if B is marginally better, right, you might still want to go for A. So in services, location matters quite a bit. And then the next two parameters that can matter are service mix and service quality. In this case, however, if A was really bad and B was really good, then perhaps the location factor might get swayed by the quality factor. So if the quality is really good, you might want to go for B. Another case could be that C and D are both 2 kilometers away, right? So the location is not a problem or a point of difference, but the quality of D is much greater. So you will definitely go for D. So that's service quality. Another point here could be the service mix, right? So let's say that C specializes only in outer body damage, right? You have, let's not call it C, let's call it X. X focuses on outer body damage, Y focuses on inner parts, whereas there is a Z service. So I'm still talking about cars. Okay, so X focuses on outer body damage of cars, Y focuses on inner parts of the cars, and Z has both. Right. Now if you're in an accident and a car needs repairing, right, instead of going to X then going to Y separately, you would go for Z in most cases, right? So the service mix also is important. You should have a bouquet of services as far as possible, and that will draw the customers more towards you. Okay, so I hope all these points on the service sector are clear. They're very straightforward. So just keep these two factors about these list about the manufacturing goods and the service sector in mind, right, while trying to analyze why there's a difference in the customer behavior vis-a-vis our client and the competitor. Okay, so I hope this video was useful for you. Look up other videos on the channel for your consulting prep. Best of luck. Thank you.